Do you hear somebody weeping? This is the true story of the weeping woman. Laura Daniels was born on the 31st of May, 1896 in Payson, Utah. She was the daughter of Orson and Susan Daniels, the fifth of 9 children. She had brown hair, hazel eyes, and was short in stature. She was a beautiful young woman with many talents, but she was best known to be an intensely gifted pianist. From a young age, she was the organist for her local church congregation and many city socials. She was even known to play the piano during the intermission at the local picture show while the cameramen would rewind their film. Life was incredibly good for the young woman in her early years. Laura met Horace Faraday one day while he was working on the plumbing at her high school, and after a short courtship, she was married at a young age of 18 on the 22nd of July, 1914. There would be 3 sons and a daughter to join the family. For a few short years, they were incredibly happy. Now, this sad tale does not end with the death of Laura, but with the birth of Horace. It is reported that Horace was born of tragedy. 3 of his siblings died at a young age. Horace was the last child born in 1893. His father died the day before his birth. It was rumored that he committed suicide. His mother died 15 months after his birth. Horace was then cared for by his grandmother, Mary Green King. Laura was a young 32 years of age when she was painfully removed from this life, her youngest only 5 years old. City records report it was an infectious tumor. The death certificate shows that it was necrotic infected tumor of the right broad ligament. More than likely, it was ovarian cancer, a very painful way to die. The young children, not able to grasp what had happened to their mother, grieved day after day for their missing mother. None of the children was able to be consoled by their father or the women in the neighborhood. Horace did not allow his children to see him cry in front of them, but each night soaked his pillow with his tears. Nobody knows why Horace had such an elaborate headstone carved for his beloved. Maybe it was something he had seen in a book or saw at a cemetery in some of his many travels, but it represented the condition that his heart was in at the time. It is of a woman, crouched down with one arm extended and the other near her face. She is in the embrace of inexplicable grief. Below the weeping woman is a poem that bears a striking resemblance to a poem by the 19th century poet Robert Richardson. Warm summer sunshine kindly here, gentle breeze blow softly here. Mother Earth above lie light, good night, sweetheart, good night. After the tragedy of her death, Horace packed up his family and business, then moved to Idaho, hoping that it would help him heal his broken heart. In 1972, Horace joined his beloved on the other side, and his remains were placed next to her in the Spanish Fork Cemetery, never again to bear the pains of separation. Now, there are many ghost stories surrounding this tragic tale. One states that if you visit the grave after dark, it is said that the headstone will cry actual tears. These tears stream down her face, mourning for her children and husband. During the day, the water stains on her cheeks are clearly visible. Old-timers say that if you walk around the cemetery at night with your eyes closed, you can hear the young woman weeping and mourning. Others say when it rains, the statue itself cries, and you can see extra water seeping out of the statue's hands. The tear streaks remain even after the rain has passed. If you want to hear other short ghost stories, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you do not miss the next installment of 5-Minute Ghost Stories. Also leave your comments below if you believe that Laura is still weeping.